major shakeup in the global meat market, and Brazil is right at the center of it. After months of concern, Brazilian's avian flu outbreak has been officially declared resolved, with over a dozen countries lifting their restrictions. And there could be more good news on the horizon. Japan may soon open its doors to Brazilian beef. Just last week, a delegation of Japanese officials was in Brazil inspecting sanitary standards in the country's beef production chain. I'm Johanna Bota, and joining me today to discuss what these developments mean for Brazil's livestock industry and how they could reshape global trade in the weeks to come is StoneX's market intelligence analyst, Larissa Alvarez. Welcome back, Larissa. Good to have you as always. I want to start with Brazil, now officially declared bird flu free. Now, with the restrictions being lifted, can we expect the livestock industry there to bounce back to normal quickly?
Yes, that's right. Brazil has officially been declared free of avian flu again, and that came after the country followed all the international protocols, including the 28-day window with no new cases in commercial poultry firms, and it's a really important milestone. Now, of course, no one celebrates a crisis like this, but it's worth recognizing how solid the response was, and the authorities acted quickly, communicated clearly, and followed the protocols, and that's exactly what helped us turn things around so fast.
Okay, so good news all around then. Now I want to switch to beef. So Japan is in the process of opening its market to Brazilian exports. How significant could this be for Brazil's beef industry?
Yes, this is a really important development too. In the second week of June, Japanese authorities began an audit here in the Brazilian sanitary system. That is a key step in the process of opening their market to Brazilian beef. The inspection is part of a broader evaluation led by the government, and it represents step 6 of to 12 in the overall approval process, right? And now it's worth mentioning that this isn't something that came out of nowhere, because Brazil has been negotiating with Japan over the more than 20 years. It's a premium market with high sanitary standards and a strong appetite for high value cost. So this really could be a game changer for our beef export. And the expectation is that if all goes well, Japan could open its market by November, and it will initially apply to 5 states, but it's a major step forward and a clear signal that Brazil is making real progress when it comes to sanitary credibility and global competitiveness in the beef sector.
Okay, so things are moving fast. So if Japan does open its market, could that shake up the usual seasonal patterns for Brazilian beef exports?
Well, that's a really interesting point, because timing matters a lot when it comes to beef export. And in the Japan's case, demand is usually concentrated at the end of the year, which actually overlaps with the same time at the period when China tends to increase its imports of Brazilian beef. And the overlap is important because China has already becomes Brazil's largest beef buyer, and its seasonal buying patterns have influenced the entire production calendar. And especially among feedlots, there are geared especially towards the Chinese market. So if Japan starts placing orders in the same window, it will create a more competitive environment for supply during those peak months. But the Brazilian industry has shown before that it can adapt quickly. So if Japanese demands becomes seasonally consistent, especially around the end of the year, we're likely to see Brazilian producers once again fine-tune their supply strategies, and the market is prepared to respond and ready to serve this new high value and long courted trading partner.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on those developments then. Thank you again, Larissa, and thank you for watching. For more financial content, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.